Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Global Speedrun Association and another Super Mario Odyssey Dark Side race between TiloTech and Stravos96, the world record holder of this category. I'm joined by Gannon Slayer as we approach this epic battle. How do you
Yeah,
feel?
I'm I'm excited. Do you know Tylo's PB in this category? Because I kind of want to know the PB
I
difference going.
think the last time I checked, he had a 150 flat, which is actually pretty solid. I'm not sure if he beats after that. After the last time I saw his splits in in the Discord. But yeah, I think he is capable of getting a 4x, which Stravos definitely is because he has a 145, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's
Um,
actually pretty nuts.
we are really like looking at the category and we are thinking, yes, 144 should be possible, but we don't even know about 143. So he's actually like his time is really solid.
Yeah, definitely. It's nothing to laugh at. Still though, a tournament setting can bring out the worst chokes in you. I know that from personal experience. So,
Yeah, the tournament setting can definitely do that to you, but keep in mind that Stravos is known as one of not the most consistent racer over different categories. Obviously, making grand finals at pace against Chaos in the any percent category, but pretty much making
oh,
any final like we ever had. Like if you think
yeah.
back, he made like World Peace finals, any percent finals. He does it all.
Mhm. He has a wide variety of game knowledge and skill. It's great to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Or it
And
looks like they're setting up for DSTA right now.
exactly. Looks like we are getting our setup here to be able to get that fast seed moon and sand. Obviously, with the cheat verification date here being 2025. Interesting. Who knows what's going to happen here? Also, the difference between uh, apparently Italian. Wait, is Stravos Italian? No, Stravos is not Italian, but apparently Stravos switches on Italian. Interesting.
Interesting.
I was about to say like the difference here between the European and American date format, and I was for a second pretty sure that Stravos was obviously going to be the one on the American format, but looks like
But
he
nope.
feels the meme.
Oh yeah, wait. Tylo didn't set his timer to -5 or anything. I think he might just be going. He's
Might just
not.
be going, yeah.
Yeah.
That might be his trade. I mean, obviously, runners have their own preferences when it comes to when they set their time after going. Maybe he just knows that he's going to take 5 seconds from quitting the menu until he presses play. Maybe he just got it down. But right now, we are starting off here in Cap Kingdom, obviously, after that first cutscene. Stravos versus Tylo. This is the group stage of the Dark Side tournament.
Yep. Also, we're already seeing some. Oh, I don't know if it's load differences or like timer desync, but there's not really. Um, I can't really
Yeah,
think of
I'm
what I'm
not
trying to
sure
say.
if Tylo didn't start his timer like accurately because he was kind of winging it with this STA approach. I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, the loading difference is gone with 1.3. I don't want to like completely make promise you that that's the case, but maybe it's also a digital thing. But I personally haven't really seen that first run of the day slower load thing in a
Yeah,
while.
that I don't think that happens with 1.0.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is.
And plus, he had already loaded the game and was like doing nut clip and
Anyways,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah,
Well,
he was doing that anyways.
either way, Stravos entering the cap tower at a 109, not not wasting any time.
Not wasting any time at all. Keep in mind that this guy, before Dance Star's rise to the Cap King happened, was known to be like that was Stravos' title before. He was extremely good at the Kingdom. I think it was back when 220 was the best time. He was like the only one to approach that. But keep in mind now a slight change here in the dark side route. You want to get that checkpoint. Stravos still going for left side. Tylo is going to be doing the same. I actually I looked back on the stream. Looks like Tylo also got that checkpoint. That is crucial because we are obviously going to be revisiting dark side here. This
Tylo
is
messing up on topper a
yeah.
little bit.
And this
But yeah,
actually matters more than it used to be, which is kind of a little fun fact, unless he rolls through the checkpoint in Cascade. But back then in 1.0, we would just obviously get the Brutal Multi-Moon as our first moon. which doesn't have any damage refill animation, but the story moon that we have to pick up in 1.3 does. So Tylo might get a damage refill unless he's smart and rolls through the checkpoint.
Yeah, the checkpoint isn't exactly out of the way either. It's kind of right there. You can grab it if you take damage, and you won't be taking that much time loss. It's a slightly unoptimal, but I'd say it loses like less than half a second probably.
For sure. Now, just to get to chat very quick, a dark side run can be up to 2 hours, but these guys are pretty high profile runners. We could see a race end in around the 1 hour and 50-minute mark here, so around 10 minutes less, but 2 hours is still a good threshold. Looks like Tylo has a little bit of an issue there with clean movement towards that chain jump. He has gotten his health back though, so won't have any damage refill animation here.
Yep. And for Cascade in Cascade 1 in Dark Side, so what we're doing here, there's only going to be really one difference to the any percent route, and that's just going to be they're going to be grabbing both both the Cliff Moon and the Chest Moon after Madame Brood, like you would on 1.0, but you're also getting the you're also getting the first moon. So that's going to be the main difference here. Everything else is pretty similar to any percent. As Stravos makes his way to Dino Skip.
Yeah, and even though we are gonna be revisiting Cascade Kingdom later on, it's just better to get that chest moon here in this visit, because later when we revisit...
Oh no! Stravos got
the unlucky spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the unlucky spot there, so he wasn't actually triggering that cutscene. So he needs to do Dino Skip again, recapture the Dino, is gonna get it this time, but Tylo actually gonna be taking the lead off of that.
Yep. Wow. Alright. That's one way to start off. So, oh, Tylo's strat there for the chain jump is kind of interesting. I haven't seen that before.
Very interesting. I'm extremely interested in general how he's gonna approach this dark side race. When I think back very early on, one of the first GSA, actually the first GSA any percent tournament, TiloTech would do very well with a very safe strats. Like he would have like a 104, I think, without turnip clip and without swings clip, just really only doing the easiest, quote unquote, easiest strats. With high consistency, so I'm really excited to see especially his strats for Cap Kingdom 2, which has like a bunch of super high risk, medium reward strats. So interested to see how he's gonna play that one.
Yeah, definitely. In a tournament setting, toning down your strats can be a good idea, because if say, I'll just use like a random example. If you don't go for late clip or something like that, right? And you play really well, but then your opponent goes for late clip and they lose time to it, then you know you made the smart decision. So there's...
I agree. Late clip is the one exception. I want to say, if you are capable of doing it, it's very worth in this category.
Oh yeah.
Because it saves like probably close to 25 seconds in this. In any percent, it saves, let's say 7 with like let's say 5 is like super safe, but even the newer loads kind of improved it, but it saves like way less. In this category, it fits really well into the route because you revisit Lake.
Oh yeah. Also, both runners missing chest clip.
Unfortunate, but not the worst. Like that, picking up that moon is just so awkward in the second visit. It's still better to pick it up here. In that second visit, you don't have Cappy when you come up to it because it's stuck on a timer challenge, so you have to like ground pound the chest and then move your way out awkwardly. So still a good idea to pick that moon up here. Now going into sand, where we will actually be picking up 2 extra moons, if I'm not completely wrong. Over the any percent route, we just get the Lost in the Luggage and the Hidden Room Moon, which also kind of changes the way we play the route throughout sand. But that's about it.
Also, I'm wondering, I think they were both fast enough for DS, right? I think they had like 5x cascade exits.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure how Stravos calculated his time here, because he obviously did a mistake. He usually doesn't. He's not usually prepared for a mistake that big. He should still be able to make that window, I want to say.
I want to say that too. He should be able to.
As long as he plans to, yeah, unless he like bonks here and like doesn't grab the seat. That is an interesting play.
He's
throwing in the seat. I hope this still works.
Oh no!
Wait, did it work or not? I think it's not growing.
I can't see.
Yeah, I can't see either.
All right.
Uh,
Well, we'll find out in a bit.
We'll see after that sub room. Let's see if okay, not gonna be picking up the bird here. I think the bird already passed as he had some mistakes here with his early movement. But this is gonna be crucial, you know, to see if Tylo is gonna be able to
I think
harvest
Tylo's
his
work.
seed.
Okay.
This looks good.
Tylo's work.
Okay,
Okay.
Stravos' work too. It was like slightly off screen. I wasn't sure if it was actually growing, but still made
Yeah.
it in time.
All right. Oh no, Stravos not having the most fun early game right now.
Yeah,
Ball
both of
on the
them
way into him, plays over.
both of them in that room for the at the same time though. But keep in mind, Stravos actually did not pick up that bird moon yet, and that's actually interesting. That almost gives me the idea that he might actually. Okay, he's gonna get the bird here. That's a very viable strat. Doesn't keep his height accordingly, though, so losing a little bit more time. But this is the best backup strat. The only other thing that he could have done is actually get the Sphinx room as like a backup moon to reset the bird's position, just like we did in any percent. That also gives you some extra coins, so you don't have to have like big like very intense moments in Cloud Kingdom or even in Lost
Oh,
Kingdom.
yeah.
The hint out there is really annoying. So that could have also been a strategy might have went for, but I guess that way he is not thrown off as far as his routing plans go, which can be really a good play because you don't really want to route on the fly if you can avoid it. That's just like extra thinking. If you know
Definitely.
what your route is, you can just focus on your movement.
Also, Tylo nailing Drem strat. I think Stravos has looked good. Yeah, all right. And I guess it's worth mentioning that late create, the route that you developed, is actually still viable on 1.3, just without Sphinx Clip.
The fun thing that we checked like way too late, that was actually when we kind of did the rerouting for 1.3 cents, is that that movement is still very efficient and fast if you just use the pipe after the room and then wall jump up to that upper section. That way, the Crate Moon is still more efficient than picking it up early, because that way we can stay in the bullet bill after the Dram strat. We don't have to like wait for another one, and we want to move towards that block area. Anyways, we see Tylo do it here, ground pound off the pipe as it's approaching out of the quicksand, and then wall jumping here, hopefully being able to ground pound both of these crates. Very nice.
All right. See Stravos doing the same now.
I'm gonna get a cap return jump here.
Ooh.
Oh, still barely in a fight though.
Yikes. That was some monka-esque for me. But yeah, Tylo is now gonna be finishing up. I'm pretty sure from here on out it's just like any percent sand, right? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. There is a couple. I mean, there's basically the only decisions that you can make. You could also make an 80% Tyler with a very interesting Jaxi skip. I'm not sure why you would want to go for that spot. That seems so risky.
Yeah, that spot seems so random. I mean, I guess it works if that's how you practiced it. Stravos
Yeah.
doing like the more
Yeah, and he's
traditional
able to
spot.
do the spin throw that way, and that looks like cleaner and faster to me. So I don't know, interesting
Ooh.
decision making. Yeah, very nice way to get over the poison pool. The only decision that I was mentioning that you can make here in Sand Kingdom is if you want to warp after nodes or not, because theoretically rolling is faster, but you need to get very clean and nicely spaced out rolls and a clean hit onto the globe to make that work. So most people are just saying, I'm not gonna like destroy my hands for 0.5 times save. I just warp. But
I
honestly,
mean,
yeah. Warping isn't free. Some people lose time to warping because they like search for the checkpoint they need to warp to.
yeah. And also, like, well, number one, Stravos got one spin throw. No, it's very nice. And what I was gonna say about warping is that warping off of a tree isn't entirely consistent either. Like Cappy can hit a leaf and make
True.
it fall while you're trying to fall onto it, or you can like accidentally grab the tree and then lose even more time.
If I was to rate Stravos' warp that out, this would have almost been a 10 out of 10. He like zoomed out and went to the left at the same time. That's like the optimal warp you want to do. So that man can warp in my book.
Shoutouts, shoutouts to the warp. Absolutely beautiful. All right. So yeah, going into Lake Kingdom now, and as you were mentioning earlier, Lake Clip is definitely way faster for this category. I just kind of picked it as a random example, but it's definitely worth it to go for it if you can get it in the first few tries. I don't know if Tylo is going to be going for it, but I'd assume Stravos will be going for it. I'm not 100% sure though.
Yeah, I would say he is gonna, because he has always dabbled with it in any percent already, and it's such a big time save here in this category. You can fail it. I mean, the only thing that can really screw you over is if you get the not the fake clip, but basically the bathtub is what Chaos I think likes to call this one.
Oh yeah.
Where you basically plunge into the water without grabbing the checkpoint, and hence really not saving time with it at all. But looks like all of these guys are doing late lake clip routing here, getting that cheap crossing moon first, and then they are going to be trying to get that
Ooh,
clip.
oh!
What a save.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Tylo is going for lake clip. Setting it up.
Taking a little bit here, but as long as he... there's an interesting setup that he does here. And most of the time I see people wall slide there for a little longer, but Stravos is going to be getting it fairly quickly. Tylo approaching at the same time, not getting the height he wanted. It might be something that he specifically added because it is so valuable in the dark side category. Still struggling here. Honestly, as long as he makes it through in like the next 10 seconds, he could still save time. At this point, though, it's looking a little bit grim. Gets Cappy to clip again.
Oh no. He's not moving far enough down.
Yep. You need to move back there after your first ground pound.
Fake clip. Not treating them well right now. Yeah, that's another... okay. There we...
This looks like tight. As long as he gets that checkpoint home in, and he does, he's fine. After all, maybe like losing 10 seconds to the old route in that case, but still absolutely okay. Honestly, this route feels so much better to do once you are done with the sleigh clip, because you don't have to grab nodes in like an awkward spot. Stravos obviously though taking a big lead. He already defeated Rango.
Yep. Alright. And also it's worth mentioning that lake clip super convenient.
Coins do matter in this category as well here, as Rango actually gives us some extra coins. Tylo might go for this spin throw strategy at the very end to collect them. Looks like he's going to try that, and that spin throw just beautifully collects all of those coins. We need to hit a 1,000 coins achievement at the very end of the run to get an extra moon from Toadette.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, that's one of the achievements we do. That's why we pick up those extra hinters. We obviously do buy a good amount of shop moons here. Shop moons specifically getting a good amount faster with the 1.3 update, where all of the loads got improved, because the shop actually contains 3 loads. One when entering, one after buying the moon actually, and when leaving. So overall shop moons are a lot more viable for this category now, but we do need to hit 1,000 coins to get that achievement moon.
Yep. Alright. Well, that's a little interesting tidbit, and I'm pretty sure what it is exactly the same as any percent, right?
As long as you get Nutclip, Wooded is the same. There is this very specific Nutclip backup route that if you miss Nutclip, you can get 4 extra moons in this kingdom to save a little bit of time over grabbing other moons later on. Like there is an optimal backup to missing Nutclip here. I'm not sure. I talked about that backup with Stravos a lot. He's probably aware of it, but he's also very good at Nutclip. If he was to miss it, though, it would be interesting to maybe see it. But if not, as you said, you do exactly the same stuff.
Alright. So yeah. He's gonna be coming up on Nutclip pretty soon now. Yeah, he's not going for tree route, so it's actually gonna be the next moon that he gets.
Yeah, Stravos doesn't do tree route anyways, not even in any percent, so that actually makes that backup route even a little bit better, but let's see if he's able to get the clip. This looks like a good position.
Yeah, that looks good enough. Alright. Clipping. Just has to do the out of bounds movement. Okay.
Taking his time there. Wise decision. Does not want to step off of that ledge.
Skipping the cap through there and the out of bounds movement. Very nice. Make his way up the ramp, and he's good. Alright. Very nice Nutclip movement from Stravos. Tylo bonking on his way up. Yeah. Let's see if his Nutclip goes well as well. That looks good.
Okay, he is clipping through the wall, very nice. There's still some out of bounds movement to go through here that you can mess up, but Tylo's looking clean. Very quick moon grab too. Just needs to get back in bounds.
I thought he went too far left on the moon grab. That's why I made a little noise. I got a little scared there. Oh no, messing up the ramp climb.
Ramp section sadly missed. Very unfortunate. The thing with nut clip in this route is actually it does basically save less time. So if someone wants to decide, yeah, I'm not doing nut clip, I'm doing that backup route. It's way easier to come close to. Like overall, like it's just weird to explain how dark side actually works because obviously your wooded will be way slower, but you have 4 extra moons, so you gotta factor that into the equation.
Exactly.
And then it gets really complicated. But Tylo's still fine here. He is doing what he knows, the any percent route, and he got the clip, just lost a little bit of time on that ramp section.
Yeah, explaining dark side, that's probably not exactly the greatest topic when you're trying to commentate over a live race. But yeah. Anyways, Stravos nailing flower road skip. I thought he got instant up for a spec, but he just bonked.
Yeah, he actually used to be extremely consistent at that instant nut strat. I don't know, he might have figured out something that many others haven't, but yeah, still got that down usually. Doesn't get it this time. It's a very minimal time save where you basically break the nut with your dive without bonking, which is slightly optimal.
Yeah. Alright. So we're also gonna be seeing a bit of spiritless action here. Some weird stuff can happen with this route, like you can stun yourself, you can miss the platform entirely, which probably isn't that likely. Let's see what's going on. Okay, getting the buffer jump. Very nice. Making his way up to the nut moon, then gonna be going to flooded pipes. Very clean movement.
Looks like Tylo is about 3 moons behind. Those 3 moons are relatively moons that take relatively long. Obviously, the 2 Tau moons here, decently fast, but at least definitely fast for any. Already fast enough for any percent, but they do take their time to collect. So I would assume we might be looking at close to a minute at this point, maybe slightly less.
Yeah, I'd say around that too. Stravos having a very clean
long
pipe
category.
system. Yeah, very long category. Not even. Okay, Tylo
Robo bounce.
Yeah, bouncing on the NPC there. So you don't have to worry about a buffer jump. Do you know the frame window for buffer jumps? I think it's somewhere around 3 to 4, if I were to guess.
I can't tell. We do have our first dabbling into the task scene right now of this game, so stuff like that actually can be checked now theoretically, but I can't tell you. I can't give you exact data. It's definitely not extremely free to get. Once again, it's not like a frame perfect input because you can buffer it before you land, but it's still easy to miss.
Yeah, definitely. However, doing a cap throw to cancel fall damage, which is theoretically faster, at least from my free running knowledge, that is frame perfect. Like doing a frame perfect landing cap throw.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Not necessarily in Cooper free running for me, but I've seen that before. And like, get it from if you like basically do the routes where you go from the sand story moon towards that hole where you just like roll cancel off the slope instead of getting the fall damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no fall damage in this game, by the way, but the stun is basically what we are talking about.
Yeah. Sorry. I just call it fall damage because that's kind of what it feels like.
So Stravos opting to not pick up the hint art here in Cloud, which is the most optimal hint art to pick up. But you can instead just pick up one and lost. It's a little bit more annoying to get, and it technically loses time. This hint art in Cloud, you can, if you know exactly where it is, and if you decide to go for a very hard strat after ground pounding it, you can get without any time loss, but I can definitely understand if you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that Cloud hint art is also viable in any percent, and plays one of the Metro hint that you'll see.
Exactly, and even though these Metro hint arts are extremely fast, and we are looking at maybe 0.5 to a second of time loss, that hint art is like literally 0 time loss if you do get it. It's exactly the same speed that your Cloud Kingdom would usually be.
Yeah. Alright, so Stravos now in Lost, going for Meme Tree. Oh, not getting a return jump.
Almost diving back into the poison. This is looking a little bit troublesome.
Oh no.
He tried to go for like a fast backup with a return jump.
Mhm.
But I think he's just going to stick with the triple now. It's the triple at least. That seemed like a late triple, but he's going to be able to make it over that gap. And yeah, Lost 1 is actually slightly different. And I'm saying Lost 1 already because we are going to be coming back to this kingdom in the post-game.
Yep. Alright. So Stravos is going to be climbing up here. Oh, no. A little bit of a mishap there. So we climb up here to grab this checkpoint so he can perform a death warp later, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Exactly. Death
Okay, yeah.
warping, essentially just meaning instead of warping back up to that spot, we can just fall into the poison, which instantly kills Mario, so we don't have to like take damage 3 times, which makes those death warps slightly faster than warping.
Yeah, also that spin pound down to that moon looked extremely risky, but making it pay off. Tylo also not getting a return jump, but instead opting to go for the lower platform, which is a very good backup. I don't know if Stravos didn't know he could do that or if he just thought he would miss it anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough call. It is possible if you do keep the momentum on the single jump, but you really don't want to die. I was missing the moon up there.
Ooh, that's
Interesting choice to warp. It would have maybe been better to die after the bridge moon and then basically warp up that way, but that's a tough call. That's hard to decide. But once again, that's like that on-the-fly routing that we can't really like tell you guys exactly would that have been the better play. But it's fine as long as he has this moon. That's what he really wanted. Getting cave gardening there, a moon that used to be in the any percent route like ages ago. It's still definitely fast enough for this category because we need 250 instead of 124.
Also, Stravos getting the lost in art first try, not having any issues with that.
Very nice thread here. Basically lure the Chapitel into the cage and instantly dive behind him into a spin pound to lower that platform so he gets the moon in the stone cage. And now after picking up the iron cage moon, he's gonna be getting that bridge moon at the very end here. And I thought it would have been interesting if he like intentionally died here to warp up to that moon on the palm tree that way and then make his way back to the Odyssey from there, but ooh, very unlucky spin throw shenanigans there for Stravos, but yeah. I can't tell you if that would have been faster. Maybe, seems like a decent idea, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it could be, but you know, you'd have to do further testing for that.
Yeah, in that case, I can respect any runner's choice to just say, whatever, I just get the moon now, I get it out of my way, and stick with the route I know.
Yeah. Adding a new route on the fly sometimes can end up even worse than if you were to just fix your mistake immediately. Yeah. Alright, so now in Night Metro. Night Metro overall, you're climbing up a lot. It's pretty vertical based. You're trying to get up to the Mecha Wiggler, which is at the top of the tallest building anyway, so I guess it makes sense that you're climbing. You just grab a couple things along the way. It's a pretty cool looking kingdom, in my opinion, but it's also really annoying sometimes. Like, you can have some unfortunate deaths, you can miss cycles, There's just lots of stuff going on.
For sure. Night Metro, and actually Metro in general, isn't really different at all. There's one super slight change that we do in Day Metro, where we get a moon that would actually be slower than any percent the shop moon, but because of the way shop text works, it's actually faster in this category.
Did you just see what Tylo did? He rolled off the edge of the girder and then cap bounced his way back up somehow.
Wow.
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, but...
Dropping down is very risky because it's super easy to like bonk against these sharp edges.
Yeah, jeez, alright. Also, Stravos having no issues in the City Hall interior as Tylo approaches that area.
Yeah, looks solid to me. But Stravos, the Mecha Wiggler King, as we like to call him, because he held that, and he still holds that infamous BTT second for this Wiggler. And you see, this is the FPS player coming out of him getting these amazingly quick shots into the Mecha Wiggler there.
Those are always sick to watch. Tylo with an intentional bonk on the wall behind the shop move. I mean, not the shop move, the chess move. It's an interesting play. But yeah, like you were saying, Stravos now going into the second phase of Mech Wiggler, which is, I think, the only RNG-based thing in this category. I know it is in 90%, other than like Cloud, Hat Moon spawns, but anyways.
There is the Goomba room in Snow. There's like a
Oh,
very
yeah.
minor one, but it's yeah. This is the only one where you can definitely feel it, and it definitely slightly impacts you on. But trust me, I know what real RNG feels now. After playing this game, you get spoiled. Like there's almost no RNG. There's basically no RNG in this game.
Yeah, it's almost entirely skill-based, which makes it pretty fun to run, in my opinion. It's just like you can feel yourself improving, and you almost don't ever feel like you got screwed over by the game. Kind of feels like it was your fault the entire time, which I guess is kind of a bad thing too, but I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah, the improvement thing is very easy, very, very nice because it's very easy to get into this game initially. Very got resources and not too hard to like finish a run. So definitely very much recommended for anybody that wants to try out a speed game, like wants to try out speed running. This is probably one of the easiest ways to get into it.
I mean, this game in general, it has so many like even have glitches to get a good time. You don't even have to do that many. It's pretty cool. Anyways, Stravos coming up the scooter clip, getting that first try. And now here's what you were talking about. He's going to be diving off the scooter into the shop.
You see, very, very interesting position from Mario there, very, very static. But you see those 3 text boxes at the start. He already got those in the Wooded Kingdom earlier, and he's also going to get those in the Snow Kingdom later on. The thing about this is, in this game, the first 3 times you visit a shop, the shopkeeper is basically explaining to you that you can use purple coins for these kind of items and normal coins for these kind of items. So that's why we pick up this shop here, meaning that because we picked up like 8 shop moons in the game. So if we pick up this shop moon here, we stop getting this text, shop text 1 shop earlier. In any percent, we only get 2 shops, so even if we picked up this metro shop, that wouldn't influence anything, that wouldn't change anything about the any percent route, so it's not worth picking it up in any percent, but we pick it up here to influence a shop that we get later. And I think for these guys, that's probably going to be true in the mushroom shop, because both of them decided to do that. If they went for the slots moon here, which we do in any percent, they would have gotten text in mushroom shop, but now they won't because they got this shop. Pretty complicated to explain, but that's the idea.
Yeah, Stravos now in the bullet building sub area, pretty infamous sub area if you stick around the any percent scene. Starting to be added by some top runners. That cycle looks good. He homed in too early.
Yeah, I think he might have been slightly slower than he usually is, because you can actually really easily see how fast you're in this room by checking the pole behind you when you get the trash moon. And it was already going to the other direction, which is not bad. You can still make that cycle, but I think Stravos, usually I've seen him at least perform better in this room where the pole is still on the very left. It makes it a little bit more lenient to get that bullet bill, and he might have rushed it because he realized he was late. Now, Tylo is actually not going to be doing the... Wait, what? He's not doing bullet building, but he got the shop?
Maybe he's getting an extra moon here so he can skip one later or something. Or maybe he'll just not get the scrap moon.
I mean, the shop moon is still like a decently viable moon, so he might just get that 1 extra. Like, there's no way he doesn't get the scrap moon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that would be a little...
He might not. Wait, did he get the bassist or not?
No.
Wait, this is
Hold up. This route is
interesting
interesting. Is he gonna be, like, jumping down there from somewhere?
But that wouldn't really make sense. But...
I don't know what he's thinking, but, I'll also let him do his thing, I guess.
Yeah, in my mind, he would basically miss a moon at the very end here, but wait, he doesn't. Wait, how many moons does he still need? 6, right?
Wait, yeah. What? Hold on. What?
Yeah, he's gonna be missing a moon at the end here. Not sure if he is realizing that now. It seems like now is where he's realizing it. That's probably not the route he was initially planning.
Yeah, I think he just forgot to get the second musician entirely. Also, the buffer jump there. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, well, at least he realized.
Because getting Metro Shop is like probably slightly too slow on the technical part as an extra moon in Metro Kingdom. As a main moon with bullet building, it's worth. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be now one moon ahead, so he can basically decide to cut one later. Interested to see which one he chooses.
Yep. Okay, so now he's gonna have to warp all the way back up. That's an interesting fail. That's not one you see every day, or a mistake, I should say. Not exactly a fail. Yeah, he's just gonna be jumping. Oh no. He can use. Oh wait, did he already get the pool moon? Yeah, he did. So.
Yeah, okay. He had to do what we were talking about earlier, that on the fly routing, which is just hard to do, honestly.
Yeah. So now he's not even gonna be getting an extra moon since he's just going into people's room. So yeah, interesting Metro from Tylo here. Not exactly sure what he's thinking, but yeah, definitely not the best choice. Just gonna be leaving Metro with the normal amount of moons. Meanwhile, Stravos making his way into Shiveria. He's gonna be looking at this hint art on to his left immediately as he enters it, then going up to the box's moon like he would in any percent.
Basically, you basically already took it away. That is like the only change we are going to be doing in Snow. We just look at that hint that it unlocks a really quick moon in our Lost revisit later on. But other than that, Snow is going to be exactly the same. Now, in this portion in general, we have a lot of any percent similarities. But as soon as we make it out of lunch of ruin pretty much, actually out of lunch and kind of out of seaside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you do get 2 new moons in Luncheon, and you do get 1 more moon in Ruin, but in Bowser's, and then obviously the entire postgame, the moon itself is completely different.
Yeah, dude, Ruined is actually not 100% useless this time. Like,
yeah, there's actually 2 changes in Ruined that we actually need to do. One of them being the extra moon, and the other one, the hint art in the arena, which some runners like to forget, and they regret that easily, because those are 200 completely free coins. They're just as free as the cloud hint art, where you get 200 coins without time loss at all.
Yeah. Also, I might as well point out, Stravos got an instant capture on the Taifu in that sub area. That's where my ooh came from.
Very nice.
Very.
He is a thick boy. It's pretty hard to get Cappy behind him, but still making that work, because that's how usually how these instant captures work.
Yeah, you're basically just trying to position an enemy or a capturable item in between Mario and Cappy, so that when Cappy hits him the first time and tries to come back to Mario, it hits the item a second time. Tylo getting a downwards wall jump on the bridge.
And that's actually mainly, like, we still don't understand why that happens, which is why many runners just don't do that strat there. They wall jump on the side, or you can actually get that moon wall jumpless. But I think at this point still nobody really knows when you get that wall kicked down and when not. Like, it's kind of beyond our understanding.
Yeah. It's kind of like RNG-esque, not because it actually is RNG, well, there's no confirmation. It's just that you don't really know where it comes from. It just happens sometimes. There's been world record runs die to that in the past. I remember one of Chaos's runs from a while ago had that happen.
Yeah. Definitely. Now Tylo's just gonna be spin throwing the Typhoon here, not getting an instant capture, but it's a minimal time save, and making that Typhoon, not the Typhoon, that Spiny fall a little bit early. I think he was intending to keep it alive a little longer, so Stravos saving a couple of fractions there in this room, because actually leaving 1 Spiny alive is optimal, since that changes the camera pan after the story moon slightly in your favor.
Yep. Alright, Stravos now approaching Snowdram. Very quick setup. Looks good. Yep, getting that first try.
Tylo, in Bonk City here, the Snow Kingdom is relatively known to be a place where it's very easy to bonk. There's these pillars on the side that are kind of like hidden in the wall. Really easy to get a bonk there.
Yeah, and the
Sadly.
camera isn't exactly like the nicest when you're entering those areas.
Definitely not, yeah.
However,
the
there is
bonk,
also
so-
an intentional bonk there, as you were saying,
Hell
bonking
yeah.
into the moon. Getting
One
the
of my
very
favorites.
nice.
One of my favorites for sure. In Luncheon, even though it's technically not the most optimal strat anymore, there's this other bonk that we use to our advantage at the cooking pot moon. I love that one too because you just time a bonk intentionally for once. That just feels good. Because sometimes you just want to hurt Mario, dude. He's let you down so often. Sometimes you just want to make a bonk into a wall.
I mean, usually it's Cappy though. Like I
True.
wanna be able to like kill Cappy.
There's actually no real way. I guess there's like a piranha plant that you can feed him to, but it's like not unlimited, so it's not the true way to get rid of Cappy.
Yeah,
But
you
honestly,
can
I mean,
also...
there is like you can spend your entire life in like a capless sub room. But that also seems boring because honestly, even though Cappy can be annoying, yeah, Cappy-less movement in this game is actually really annoying.
Yeah. You don't know how much you actually need Cappy until you're trying to do one of those Cappy-less areas quickly. Also, Tylo nailing Snowdrum. Don't want to pass that up. Very nice.
Yep, acquired that one. Now, a little bit of an interesting fact that we actually could remember here is that even though Stravos does have this lead right now of 3 moons, the 3 early moons in Seaside, Tylo has that 1 extra moon in the route. He does have that 21st Metro moon, so he might be able to skip an annoying moon or maybe another shop moon later on.
He didn't get 21. He got 20 because he was gonna go up to the pool moon, but then he bonked, and then he just decided.
Oh,
to
he
get
just
the
skipped
other
it.
moon.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I blanked out on that one.
But
True.
yeah,
So he
just
is actually...
not. Yeah, so it was just not really the best Metro
Wait,
from
he
Tyler.
bonked on the... He didn't get the pool moon, so he also didn't get the hint art though then, right?
Oh wait, you're right.
Huh.
Huh?
That's gonna be interesting. Gonna be checking his coin count here shortly. Because
did
he
he?
does...
Or maybe
No, he definitely went down after the top of the building. Well, we can check his coin count yet. It's definitely like 200 coins shorter than Stravos' coin count.
But I swear he only got 20. Maybe he skipped a different moon? Because he had 18 entering people's room.
No, I mean, he skipped the hint art. You're right.
Oh,
He
yeah,
didn't get the pool moon, so he skipped the hint art, so he's like
Oh,
200 coins behind Stravos, which is going to be potentially a problem. If you consider the fact that he's already bought 3 moons, that reflects his coin count relatively accurately. I hope Stravos didn't clip in.
Okay.
Oh my god, he stayed out of bounds on that one. That was really close.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you consider the death warps, let's say 300, and also add the 3 shop moons, he's at 600 coins, so he still needs 400 through this run. He can get the one in Ruined, that's 800, but these 200 extra coins, he kind of needs to be careful about. There is a couple of coins in Ruined, close to the chest, that you can get fast, and in Lost 2, there's a couple of coins next to Captain Toad. But these are like the backup moons I'm thinking of, backup coins I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I mean, there's also a lot of coins just like near the route that you can grab, and those would probably add up over time. But I
You
don't
don't
know.
want to spend too much time on them though, especially if you keep in mind that there's like a huge stack somewhere. Like if you go out of your way too much, suddenly bam, 4 seconds gun for these extra coin scraps. There's a nice amount of coins here in the shortcut in Seaside.
Yeah, that's
We'll
true.
see.
That's true.
He could barely make it, but that's something that we want to keep track of, because if he doesn't hit that 1000 mark, and you don't have to have 1000 coins, you have to have acquired 1000 coins through the playthrough. Like you don't have to have them in the wallet right there. But yeah, something to keep in mind, because that would cause him to miss an achievement.
Yeah, that would not be good. So Stravos now in Luncheon, nailing Salt Triple. But yeah, I'm trying to think. He could probably grab 200 extra coins, like with the stacks that you were talking about, but it's still gonna be tight, I think. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, so Tylo now in the fish clip out of bounds. Stravos fighting Spirit. Tylo not even getting close to clipping in there, doing that a little less scarily than Stravos, I guess you could say.
there, as we said earlier, is gonna be a slight change.
Oh, let's.
He got the frame perfect first camera. He's very happy about it. Mario
Yeah,
is just standing there
Mario.
awkwardly,
And then he just
warping to the next
teleports.
position. Exactly.
Yeah.
Warping to the next spot.
Try that at home, kids. Press the first person mode. Press in the right camera stick on the frame that.
Yeah, exactly, kids. Just do a frame perfect trick.
Yeah,
Forehead.
dude, it's yeah, easy, right? Forehead.
It's not too hard to get there. You can time it right. It might take a couple of attempts, and it doesn't literally do anything. But hey, you get a cool shot.
Yeah, it's my favorite frame perfect trick because it's frame perfect and it does literally nothing, and I love that about it. I don't know why.
And you get like visual confirmation that you got it, so you can like flex.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, someone should try to just get as many of those as possible, or like all of them in a run. Cause you can do it on Cap Topper, you can do it in you can do it on the Lake Rango fight if you go there. I've gotten it on.
In Dark Side, you could do that, true. But
Yeah,
you might actually be able to do it in all of the Brutals in Dark Side, right?
Yeah, I've gotten it on every fight that we do in any percent before. Except for like the ones where you don't touch the ground, like Madame Brood and Mecha Brutal.
Yeah, that's actually another thing with Dark Side. It's definitely harder to touch the ground in Dark Side because of that low gravity, but we'll see if Stravos tries to do any more meme shreds. But in the second intentional bonk of the run coming in there.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. That's what you were talking about earlier. Just like abusing the game punishing you to your own advantage. That's pretty great. Also going for the roll cancel strat. This does not look good.
It's pretty slow here. It is probably gonna miss that cycle.
That's like 4 seconds, right? I think. Yeah, I just have to wait for the Potabu to come around.
That was actually close. I recently asked myself the question, it would be like a pretty dumb backup strat. If it might be faster to like jump and lava boost over to the room, you can do like a 1 lava bounce into a cap bounce. And then you would obviously get a damage refill, but I was still interested if on a theoretical level that would be faster if you missed that. I'm not sure if that was ever timed. But that would be like a very niche idea.
Yeah. I mean, that's... Now that you mentioned that, that doesn't even...
Yeah, it shouldn't add too much. It's just a damage refill, but the movement isn't necessarily too slow. The Potabu isn't like that fast.
Yeah. Stravos getting some very high jumps with the Potabu.
Which is good, because you want to make it up to this ledge. Actually jumping to the right there, he might do that intentional, but also does give us a reminder that turnip clip is gone. Strat that we used to do, which is the main reason why we jump to the right side there, to unplug a turnip before picking up that moon, because we used to be able to clip into this cage here with the turnip and the panbro, but now we have to play it casual, watch this cutscene, deal with the cheese RNG, which is obviously slower, actually by a good margin, like close to 7-8 seconds. But we still take those time saves from the 1.3 category over that.
Yeah. Turnip clip is probably one of the more annoying. I'm personally glad. Sorry. Ooh, Stravos almost missing that Potabu as well. And
there we go. Off into the Potabu room. That's that extra room that the Dark Side category is getting. Back in the day, we kind of had a little fight between this room and Fog's room, and we decided which of those sub-rooms can we make work in the 80% run, because both of them are relatively fast. Stravos is gonna miss that moving lava platform though. And that is a pretty costly death. He's gonna have to play through that entire section again. He has the moon in the bank, but yeah, now has to. He's actually gonna play pretty safe here. Hopefully. Oh, okay. Damage boosting works there. Makes that one a little bit less risky. You don't have to hit that moving platform, which can be weird. The other screen, we are going to be seeing Tylo with that cheese action. Not activating the lever there, but killing the Pandora, we don't need him anymore.
alright. So yeah, Stravos with that unfortunate death in that sub area, which is the new moons that you were mentioning, as opposed to the ended percent route.
Yep.
But yeah,
Gonna be leaving Luncheon Kingdom with 20 here instead of 18 moons that are actually required. So yeah, those are the 2 extra ones.
yep. All right. So Tylo's now going to be approaching that room in a bit, and he could make up some time on Stravos if he plays that sub area a little better. Without
Yeah,
the
he doesn't necessarily even have to go too fast. As long as he gets out of this without a death, he is obviously going to save time over Straw, because that was one of the most costly deaths you could think of. And he also, in a second approach, he also took damage, so even getting a damage refill there.
Yeah, definitely not the best for Stravos. Looks good so far for Tylo, but let's see. Okay, the cycle looks good. Nice. All right. So Tylo is going to be making up a little bit of time over Stravos here.
Yeah,
However,
very nice.
Stravos still maintaining a sizable lead as of right now. Going
The Ruined
into the
Kingdom
Ruined
coming up here is...
Yeah.
We always say in 80% is obviously a big meme, haha, he died in Ruined. How is that even possible?
But
In Darkside, it is arguably a lot more possible, because if you want to get that first moon fast, it's actually kind of tricky.
yeah, and getting back from the first moon is a little
Yeah, that's the
tricky
main
as
thing,
well.
yeah. That's what I was basically hinting at. But Stravos also with very nice movement. Not going to be grabbing the moon at the highest position, but that might be intentional. I usually like to, at the very side, he does go for the cap return jump straight, which is almost the fastest. You can go for that moon clip, but it's pretty weird to do. But that is basically the strat that is almost as fast and actually consistent from winning.
Yeah, I didn't even know you can moon clip there. That's actually an interesting idea now that you mention it.
Yeah, it is possible, but it's like really weird. Sometimes you don't get enough height of it, and then you like fall off on the other side and you land in the moon rock area.
Okay, that's a little weird.
Let's hope Tylo thinks about that hint out here. Stravos actually just activated it right there. And if we consider his death warps and his shop moons that he has already acquired, he's basically already close to that 1000 coin mark. He might either already have hit it, or he might be like, I don't know, like 10 coins off or 20. So he's definitely going to be fine. But if Tylo was to miss that hit out as well, then he would probably almost 100% miss that achievement.
Yeah, I think Tylo is probably gonna opt to grab the coins behind this chest, the chest moon in ruin.
Yeah, those ones work, make the movement out of there a little bit more awkward, and then once again, when we get to Captain Toad later in... Actually, there's also something in Lake that you can grab. There's like a Lake coin stack. So there is coins, he just has to be aware of them.
Yeah. Yep, he is grabbing some of the coins here. It's a very smart move. Alright. Nice.
It looks like he got 50 coins from that coin stack. So I think as long as he gets the full stack from Captain Toad, he should be fine, because then he would be close to the amount that the hint out gives. And there's some leniency in the coin routing, so also got the hint out here, should be fine.
Yep. Good thing that he remembered that one. That would have been extremely bad if he forgot.
Yeah, Stravos done with Ruined now, and this is essentially, even though this is still a minor change, it's the part where we start to make the big changes. Bowser's is going to be way different. We are going to be collecting a lot of extra moons in the first visit of Bowser's, and also in the entire postgame. Like everything after Bowser's is going to be different. We obviously don't get moons in the moon usually, and then we are going to be revisiting 5 kingdoms, even after Mushroom.
Yep. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you grab 5 moons in Moon now before fighting Bowser, right?
Optimally, you want to grab 4. You can pick up the White Spire Moon, which is something that actually, let me consider. So we get 1 at the Odyssey, Bunny, Rock. Okay, we do get 5, but you can get 6. Sorry, that's the play.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, like you were saying, Bowser's is going to be very different. There's a lot of extra moons, and then we also come back to Bowser's later in the run as well to get more moons. there's a lot of moons and Bowsers that you might not even know exist if you only watch or play any percent.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is like they are so close to where we usually move along in any percent, but we obviously just ignore them because we simply don't need them. But now we do, and Stravos is starting off the screen with the bird dram. Actually, really good position there for the bird to be in, that it makes him be a little bit closer to the wire. Has movement figured out as well to get back to that and capture it. And it's gonna actually have to grab this checkpoint here. Another slight change. Grabs it with the single cap throw because we are also actually revisiting Bowser's later on. Even more fast moves to spawn here after you beat the game.
Yep. Alright. So Tylo just now finishing up Ruined. Stravos is gonna be approaching Shards now. And there's some additional moons that you grab like during the Shards. Well, I mean, I guess it's not technically during the Shards, but it's like as you're grabbing the last Shard, you're also gonna be getting 2 more moons.
Exactly.
In this area. But yeah, for the beginning of Shards, it's gonna be the same that you would see in any percent.
Yeah, pretty much. You just finish them off differently, as you just mentioned. The 2 moons are basically along the way then. You see how fast these moons really are, like all of these Bowser's moons are insanely fast. But once again, we don't have any use for them. But they're actually so fast that back then, when we didn't have the best movement, for example, that moon on the legendary glory hole on the left there, we used to pick up at any percent because it is decently fast, but sadly not the best moon anymore.
Yep.
It's like really easy to be optimal with, but that cutscene, it looks so fast, right? But that cutscene of the moon spawning really, yeah, makes it less good. So the moon that we usually get in 80%, we're obviously also gonna get the one behind the crates. So we see both of them, all of them. Another fast moon. Yeah, that's what you were saying. That pipe basically leads you exactly to the position of the Shards moon. So that works out really well. Synced up story moons here. The Stravos is just 1 ahead. And his story moon section is also longer because he gets those 2 extra moons.
Pipe's still peeking out of the ground there.
Yeah, that's actually fast. Really fast way of getting to the moon then, because I've seen that pipe be lower or completely disappeared. So interesting way to tell how fast you grab that moon.
Going for Bowser Dram. That looked good. Nope.
Not gonna be homing into the wire here, not a big deal. Just rolling back really quick to throw it at that wire. And Stravos also making a little bit of a pit stop here at the GSA area. Gonna be getting both of these moons here. Still actually through Cappy at the checkpoint, because we will be coming back later for Bowser's. In that visit, we will just talk to Peach here and then go into the shop, warp from the shop to end our detour there. Peach is basically a kind of like a quest moon that activates after you beat the game. Peach is going to be traveling through the entire world, and in all of the kingdoms we visit, we also talk to Peach briefly, and that is, by already being relatively fast moons herself, you also get an extra achievement for talking to 5 Peaches, so that just works out beautifully.
Yep. It's kind of cool to see like how Toadette moons are routed into the game in categories that aren't AUM, because it's like, okay, which ones of these would be fast enough to get? Like, which one of these?
It's extremely intricate because essentially sometimes you are in front of that decision where, yeah, okay, right now I could route in this moon, which is usually too slow for the route, but if I do add it in, suddenly I will get to that achievement. So suddenly it might be worth, even though it's a slower moon, because I get this first achievement. Like, that's why it gets really intricate and interesting.
Yep. Alright.
But Stravos defeated Harriet here without any problems. Harriet first, not a problem. Very good gamer move.
No issues so far. I recently switched to a coin flip gang, so I don't really have any opinion on that, but I'm assuming you're...
What is that kind of hipster trend? The coin flip gang?
Yeah.
Are you just like randomly deciding what boss you're fighting?
Yeah, like you tell your phone or like
Dude,
anything,
get that
just like, hey,
hipster
flip
stuff
a
out of my
coin.
face. You gotta be taking sides. What is this new age stuff? No, no, not in my speed game, dude.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
I'll
looks like
go
these
Harriet
guys
first.
do remain consistent here, picking sides. Both of them deciding to go for Harriet.
Both of them making the correct decision according to Limcube himself, which I guess should be considered
No,
the
no,
correct decision.
making the correct decision.
That's
Exactly.
what
We
I
can
was
cut it
about
off.
to say.
We can cut it off right there. But Stravos
Yeah.
now going to be picking up the moon that we do get in any percent, the one in the hidden corridor here behind the crates. This is like one of the fastest moons in Bowser's. Obviously, if it makes it into any percent, we are gonna have to get it here in this category. As far like if I think about it, no, there's absolutely no need to. So there's no any percent moon that we wouldn't get. We just get some moons actually, such as this block here, that moon hidden in the block by the ogre. Another moon that people might not know actually exists if they only watch any percent, because we just
Yeah.
passed by that block.
I completely forgot that moon existed. Like as I'm watching this right now, and I've gotten that moon multiple times. I just forgot it existed.
I think it like slightly glows to basically signal you there's a moon in there, but that's something you don't pay attention of, especially when you are speedrunning any percent and when you are in Bowser's Kingdom about to come up to make you think about other things than a moon being there.
Oh yeah, and also Stravos not forgetting to keep the bird. Very
Dude, I
important.
actually had like an anxiety attack there. I don't know why he went that way, but I'm not sure if he knows that, but if you get too close to this wire with the bird, he just evaporates.
Yep.
And he went like really close. I'm not sure if he knows or if he just wanted to tease it. I see many people just go to the left there, or more to the left.
Yeah.
I like that a little more.
I had that issue with like some random AUM practice that I was doing. I had no clue what was going on because I had never seen it before. But yeah, that's a thing that happens for some reason. I guess it's just two captures too close to each other. Stravos having some issues with the mech climb.
Gets up there now, but the mech is about to throw him back. If he gets on top of the bubble, this is actually smart. If he gets on top of the bubble, he can hit Rango now. Very nice. But he's still of that bubble is going to be also be able to make it close to the topper bubble. You're hopefully getting the second hit, and that was actually an amazing backup for that situation.
Yeah, probably the best he could have done at that point.
Yep, if he had bonked a little bit like lower, he wouldn't have been able to hit Rango, so making that work very nicely.
I guess if you bonk a little lower, you could probably go on the platform next to Rango if you kind of like fall off near to the right, but that's just like speculation, of course. I have no clue.
Yeah,
also,
I can tell.
Yeah. Nailing Harriet third, setting up for target acquired. Very nice smack from Stravos, aside from the issues.
Not a problem. We see Tylo here with, I'm not sure if that's just a stylistic choice, but like twisting around with the bird. Oh yeah, this by the way, this moon can be extremely annoying to get, especially when you start out, but gets it in the second poke, and he does poke to the left. That's a good call in my opinion. Once again, I'm not sure if Stravos knows about that like electric shenanigan, but yeah. Anyways, both of them are getting the moon here on the Bowser's nose. Technically, the moon is around the same speed in this kingdom as in the second visit, but if you get if you skip that moon at the second visit and get it here, getting the bunny that you get around this section when you come back is a lot easier if you don't come from that like nose angle.
Yeah, every time I see people go for that moon, I like get extremely worried because I think they just dove the complete wrong direction for a second. I'm too used to
Yeah,
100%.
true. Yeah, it is intentional. That Bowser stage, you know, for me was actually kind of a very weird moon in terms of Nintendo decision making, because obviously they don't really want to make unfair moons, and I'm not saying that Bowser Nose Moon is unfair, but it's just like a section that it seems like they wouldn't normally want you to explore. And then there's even like purple coins in one of these swinging lanterns, which seems like really un-Nintendo like, but they did it.
I mean, you can see the purple coins on your way up,
Sure.
like the wire animation, if you're really paying attention for them. But
Yeah.
it's not exactly.
But still, like, I'm just imagining like that's something that like actual kids would probably maybe not want to go for. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying it seems un-Nintendo like. This game
I
is
know what
usually
you
pretty
mean.
easy, but then again, there's also Dark Side, which is not easy, and like Darker Side, which is definitely not easy. So
Dark Side is like, it's like not. It's a really hard boss arena battle, then there's just harder versions of sub areas from throughout the game, which you won't be seeing in this category.
Yeah, sadly not. I do really enjoy them, and specifically what I was thinking of was the. So one would be the bullet bill sub area that is actually relatively tricky to do, and then there's the other one with Yoshi where you have to climb up the mountain while the lava is rising,
Oh
and you
yeah,
have to
that
like
one's.
eat apples. That's really annoying too.
Yeah, they put spikes like
And like rolling spikes is there too. Yeah, exactly.
moon stakes. Why are they still?
Exactly. That I was exactly about to point that out because there's no way somebody at some point spread that rumor that these rolling spikes are called moon snakes, but it's just not true because they're like everywhere. I mean, honestly, to be fair, Darkseid is on the moon. The Darkseid Kingdom is on the moon, but I'm pretty sure these rolling things are also in Seaside, so they can't be called moon snakes. That
Yeah,
has to be a
okay.
rumor, dude.
I'm looking up moon snake.
Yeah, you won't find anything.
Super Mario Wiki. Wait, is that actually the official name? I'm gonna get annoyed if it is.
Nah, dude, I don't believe you.
Yeah, they are. They have a similar appearance and behavior to the spike bar. We'll call it a spike bar then. That
Okay,
makes sense.
no. Okay, I guess spike bars on the moon are moon snakes, but yeah, whatever. It's apparently actually a thing. I give up. Anyways, Stravos now already done with the first 4 moons here in the Moon Kingdom. The 5th one he's going to be getting is Up the Rafters. A moon where you can do some tricky movement to get that one. I know that he did like picking up the White Spire moon to then personally maybe route out a different one that he doesn't necessarily like too much. I will see if that's a decision that he's going to be making.
Looks like
yeah,
it.
Looks like he will.
All right.
Interesting to see what he's going to cut in favor for that one. Kind of like a interesting movement approach to get up. I like it. But yeah, this moon is technically just a tiny bit too slow for the cutoff of this category because you have to climb up here and then not even the climbing part, but the climb part here to get to the top of the cathedral is a little bit awkward. But Stravos has some interesting and nice movement figured out for that, so it's still fine. It also makes it very free to get this Up the Rafters moon because you land up here. If you just get that Up the Rafters moon, you have to do some awkward movement. So he's going to be picking up 6 moons here, and he can cut 1 moon from the other one. Apparently he cuts a shop in Lost Kingdom, so it's faster. That is not true. The Lost Shop is around a 16.5 second moon, and the Rafters moon should be around 19.5. But yeah, so it's hard to get the Lost moon optimally because you optimally want to spin upon Tylo almost rolling from that moon surface.
Yeah, I was thinking he might cut out like Mushroom Shop, but I don't know.
Yeah, Mushroom Shop is actually more annoying and harder to be fast on. Like that is a more reasonable choice.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Lost Shop though, like if you want to get the moon that fast, you need to like spin pound into it, which can be rough.
Yeah. That's a bonk waiting to happen.
A bonk waiting to happen, but Chaos I think actually went for that and makes it work and does make that moon pretty fast. But we'll see. We got chat with some help here on Stravos' routing choices. It might be just a personal preference, right? Ooh, Tylo making Stravos look very smart here because this is the move you have to do to get up the Rafters without that White Spire moon, and he nails it there on the second try, but did miss it once, so for him, it might have been worth to go for that White Spire moon. But yeah, Stravos, I like the decision making, especially turn oriented. That White Spire moon can still work out.
Yep. Alright. So Tylo now entering the Bowser fight as Stravos is finishing it, but I guess it's worth pointing out as well, Stravos is up 1 moon right now. So he is going to be routing out 1 more moon, like you were saying.
That is true, and according to our influence, like our resources here in chat, it's going to be that Lost Shop, but we'll see what he does now in the escape section. Usually, obviously, this is the ending portion of an any percent run, but this is where the action just starts. I mean, we are obviously already done more than 50% of the run, but it gets really fun once you make it to the post game. But Tylo actually is going to be missing that head strat on that second phase. Takes damage, immediately picks up a heart, so at least it's going to be full life, but that is going to be a time loss.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like you were saying, all this so far has been pretty similar to any percent, with just like grabbing a couple extra moves along the way. Post game is like completely new, tons of new moons, tons of new movement. And if you've never seen it before, seeing it done quickly is actually pretty cool. I can vouch for that.
Sure. For sure. Alright, let's see. Stravos now making his way towards the escape, not the escape, the pillar room, which is the final part of the escape.
Yep.
Which, the any percent skills can still help you a lot here. You can lose or gain a lot of time in pillar room depending on how it goes.
Okay. Looks like the game might have eaten one of his fireballs, but he might have just been delaying it. Okay. So still making the pillar fall early.
That is the main threat in this room. You want to get that early pillar fall, so you don't have to walk as much with Bowser, who is pretty slow. But yes, I was keeping a very nice lead here. We are going to be able to see his any percent ending time with the information in mind that he has one more moon than TiloTech right now.
Yep.
But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 107 for him. Tilo might be looking at like 109 here. So probably want to say around a minute and some extra time ahead for Stravos and that extra moon. So he is looking to be in a relatively nice spot, but there's tons of stuff to go through, and especially these post-game kingdoms tend to be extremely hard. If you're looking at Cap 2 and if you're looking at Lost 2 and stuff and such.
Yeah. Alright. So Stravos now in the credits. Tilo making his way to the pillar room, like you were saying. Not really much going on here, but alright. So entering the pillar room at like 108.15, so you could probably say he'll be finishing the any percent with around a 109 1x. That'd be my guess. Unless he has a really good pillars.
Seems reasonable. On Tilo's end, you have actually pretty clean start so far to that pillar room, but Stravos is already in Mushroom Kingdom, where his quest is gonna start with his post-game visits. We are obviously also gonna pick up some extra moons in Mushroom. Actually, in our first visit here, doing a little bit of a nice route through the kingdom, and let's see, he is gonna be starting up with what looks like the Mushroom Shop, and that's the reason why I would rather cut this one over the Lost one. Really hard to get into this one optimally. Those signs really like to block the way. But yeah, apparently making that decision that he dislikes this shop more than the one he lost. That's fine. He gets that moon and is going to be talking to Captain Toad afterwards.
Yep. Alright. So it looks like he is going to be coming out Lost Shop then, like the chat was saying. It's probably the most reasonable.
There's a couple other moons that are around the same speed as Lost Shop, but it seems like, as chat said, that might be a moon that he doesn't necessarily enjoy to get. There's a couple moons. It's not too many, but there's a few in the kingdom left that you could also decide to cut. Like, so for example, Lost Shards would be around the same speed as a Lost Shop, and they are definitely more annoying, like really annoying actually, to get Lost Shards fast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Very, very advanced like routing choices. Since it's a longer category, there's a lot of moons. Like, hey, you could cut this out for this. As opposed to any percent, I should say. Especially with post-game moons, there's a lot of quick and easy post-game moons, and it's just like, hey, you could probably sub this for this, and you gotta time tons of stuff. It's honestly pretty cool to watch the route develop. It's pretty cool to see this category being run more often in general, because it wasn't exactly a very run category, and now that GSA had the tournament, there's a lot of top runners getting into it. Stravos missing the Goomba jump. So he's gonna have to go grab another Goomba and try again. Very unfortunate there. Missing it second try as well. Goomba jump not treating Stravos well. Let's see if he can get it on the third try. Getting it third try. Almost going too fast. Looked like he was about to fall off to the
That was
right there.
a big bounce right there. This strat is definitely very annoying because the Goomba dies if you fall into the water, so you have to get a new Goomba every single time. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
But I mean, he makes it work. This could have been another potential moon that he could have skipped right there, for example, because we don't get the Goombat achievement. And I think that's like some really old numbers that I'm throwing around here, but I think I've heard before, if you do miss it, you lose 17 seconds, which is around the time that any of these other moons take. So there could have been another decision, okay, I'm not going to get that again, but he did feel the confidence, so that works.
Also, looking at this hint art as well, I like how this is with the castles. Basically, like Toad talking to you, like, "Hey, help us find Peach." So you just run the castle, look at a hint art, and then leave. I mean, you do go find Peach, but you know you don't exactly complete the quest. Also worth noting, Tylo did get the Goomba jump first try, so that's gonna be some time saved for him.
Yep, for sure. Interesting movement here to get up to that moon on the very peak of the flagpole. We see triple jumps there as well, but yeah, interesting choice. Just gonna be ignoring the poor Yoshi egg. It's bad, man.
Yeah. Also, Stravos coming up on this jump to the moon rocking cap. This can be pretty annoying, and it's also pretty detrimental if you miss it.
Yeah, but doing the smart move here, all you need to do is, like, there's no cycle you need to worry about. Like, for example, we are doing a similar jump later to get a bird. I'm not sure if he's going to be doing it because we've seen an interesting backup strat for that one. But yeah, there's a similar strat essentially where you get the bird, where you are kind of running against the cycle. But here there's no cycle, so you can actually take your time. You don't need to be fast to do that long jump. A long jump resets your speed anyway. So if you want to play it safe there, you can just stop, line up on the railing, and long jump from there.
Yep. Stravos going up the cap tower on the right side this time to get up to Captain Toad. And you'll see how fast a lot of the moons are in postgame. There's this one all the way in the corner over here that you're supposed to get with the Paragoomba, but you can literally just jump to it and then death warp. And that'll send him back up to the tower, where he can get a couple more moons. First one is going to be under the big one's brim, and then he's going to be dropping down.
What a nerd. Throwing out moon names.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Dude,
I'm kidding.
I've been exposed.
I appreciate real moon names. I said that before. I was just joking.
I know.
Stravos getting the timer challenge, not getting the hint out there on the left, which is done in other categories, and it's gonna be talking to Peach.
Dude, the text sync there.
The text synced, just two different NPCs.
Yep.
Yep. Peach with a very sweet outfit here in cap. One of my favorites for the outfits. Stylish, to say the least. Because she does change outfits depending on which kingdom she's in.
Yeah, she looks really nice in cap. To be honest, I wish free running didn't have such long cutscenes, because like I would love to see those moons in more categories. Just personally, as a free running person. But the cutscenes like before, after, and during are just so long.
Agreed.
Oh, so Stravos is gonna be doing what you were talking about with the bird earlier. Getting that bird moon on the cycle, grabbing this moon in the hat, something like that. Getting a Paragoomba and going back to grab this moon here. Pretty
something sunken head.
Hidden.
You actually want to stand on that sign really quick to reset the Goomba's position, so you can flap over those railings to then scare away the Bonneteer. And from here on out, it's just a timer challenge, and then we are backtracking towards the Odyssey.
Yep. That's a cool strat to get the key there. Leaving your hat by the Scarecrow, then jumping and diving, basically to your death, but then saving yourself with the timer challenge spawning. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, now we're gonna get spinning the hat moon. Spin a hat, get a prize, and then gonna be getting the Mushroom Kingdom hint art that we were talking about earlier. And then gonna be getting another moon right here next to Glass's Bridge.
Okay, this
There's
is
so
just
many-
posing, dude. Like, what am I?
Yeah.
I can't even talk. He's just like throwing out moon names, just posing. He's just flexing on everybody. I don't even get a chance to talk. It's just like moon name after moon name. After moon name. I'm
Dude,
so knowledgeable about the game. Blah, blah. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's because of
stuff here.
AUM practice, dude. That PowerPoint is like in my head.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I've been continuously talking about the fact that it would be absolutely awesome if we could, because I know the Breath of the Wild community has that, if you could like build a quiz that basically shows you a picture of a,
Oh,
of
I
a
wanna
moon,
do
and then you
that.
would need to like multiple choice answer what name that is.
Oh, yeah, are you talking about like shrines for Breath of the Wild? Because I know most of those names too.
Yeah, me too. But I was about to say like that kind of quiz would be good for the community in Odyssey because everybody, especially routers, like to use the original names. It's just the most easy to define them. Like you don't have to come up with weird stuff like Pillar Moon because there's like 6 different Pillar Moons in the game. So yeah, it's the best way to write down your routes, and if everybody knows them, that makes it a lot easier. But Stravos is now
Yeah.
already in Lake 2, a kingdom that is relatively quickly done. We don't do too much here, but the moons that we are getting are extremely fast. With the lake clip route, that second lake visit is also relatively easy, not too many big tricks at all. The one thing that is arguably easy to miss, and actually very punishing to miss sometimes, especially if I'm not too familiar with the move, is getting the Dory Moon during the timer challenge. Stravos, there was some extra coins, probably not intentional, because he should be fine with this coin count. Something that I am actually going to briefly check here is TiloTech's coin count, who should be at his 5th shop right now. We can basically subtract 500 coins from his counter and see if he's close to the 1000 coins achievement or not.
Yep. You can see Stravos is definitely there. Stravos is at
Yeah, he's
500 already.
Definitely.
Ooh. Stravos with the long jump strat onto the bird. I haven't seen that one before. That looked a little sketchy.
No, that is great. That's like a great strat. Works pretty consistently, killing a Goomba there. But yeah, TiloTech at 402. If you subtract those 5 runs from the shops, he still needs a couple. He definitely lost some when death warping, but he is not completely safe at this point. Now, Stravos actually did get stuck there and is going to make the smart decision here to just go for the timer challenge. Optimally, you want to grab Dory on the way, but he didn't feel that. He got stuck on that structure of the timer challenge, so that's a smart play. He might have missed that timer challenge, which is a way worse thing that could happen to you.
Yeah. Honestly, that's definitely the smartest decision he could have made.
It's gonna be getting shots here, it seems. Nah, that was definitely an unintentional home. Tried to get that cheap, but Cappy decided to get the shots. We were talking about how Cappy likes to misprioritize things.
Yeah, and now he's just gonna have that HUD on there for a while. The shard,
True,
the
yeah,
shard,
while he's in the water.
just gonna be there. Oh yeah, also, I forgot to touch on that earlier, but you also look at another hint art here, and then go to Cascade soon after.
Yeah, that's actually the reason we don't go to Cascade first, because technically going to Cascade is like 2 less menu inputs after Cap, which would be like, it's a small time skip, but it would be one. But that's exactly the reason we don't, because we want to look at the Cascade hint up first.
Okay, Tyler.
Oh,
Why did
wow.
he ground pound?
Yeah, I was about to say that ground pound was actually the worst decision he could have made. There, like he already was just thinking or whatever. He ended up getting it. That's the important part.
He scared me with that one though. All right.
Nice. Being optimal here, going for the single jump of that structure. Not going to be getting all the way over to the higher ledge.
Also, we are going to be seeing Lake Crate.
Lake Crate, yep, Lake Crate.
We're getting Lake
What's
Crate.
in the box? It's a moon, big surprise. Yeah,
Well, now you're flexing on me with the moon.
Okay, they said one moon name. Calm down. And on the way, he's just grabbing that that ground pound moon on the water terrace or something. I don't know the name, but yeah, whatever.
All right.
Make his way to the timer challenge in Peach. In the Lake Clip List route, you could actually do a pretty tricky jump here to get over to one of the OG trick jumps, I almost want to say.
OG trick jump.
To the lake painting platform, but they have gotten that moon already, so no worries to get that.
Now, the hardest moon name to remember, Peach in the Lake Kingdom.
Ooh, that's a tough one for sure.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, now making their way to Love by the Lake. This is basically a contest at this point.
Oh boy!
as
can save his
Stravos is capturing this Goomba stack.
Okay,
And it's going to bring it back to the Odyssey, where Goombet also is basically waiting for the Goombas, which is a moon that is basically just along our way.
Yep. Right next to the Odyssey, might as well get it while you can, right?
Yeah, still a pretty long cutscene here, and the Goombas do walk pretty slow, so it's not a very fast moon, but it's fine. Right now it does fit into Darkseid just well enough.
Yep.
And yep, with that, he is on his way to Cascade.
Yep, and yeah, like you're saying, Cascade. That's what I was about to say. Alright, so heading back to Cascade, I'm pretty sure you grab like 20 moons here, right? You get a lot of moons in Cascade too.
I think it's exactly 20.
Yeah. There's a lot of super fast post-game moons with access to the moon rocks. Like, you might not think there's a lot of them, but the moon rocks spawn tons of moons, and most of them are just ground pound moons or just floating in the air.
Yeah, and sometimes moons actually get unlocked by different things. By just beating Madame Brutal, there's actually a bunch of fast moons, like the one on the rubble, for example, laying around that we usually ignore, and then beating the game spawns moons, and so on and so forth. Revisiting the kingdom sometimes changes the state. But yeah, Cascade is, in my opinion, one of the most fun revisits of the run.
Also,
after that, we're gonna go into Bowser's from a painting, and then it's lost, and then they will be returning back to Mushroom.
worth noting, Stravos did get the Peach Moon early here, so.
Oh yeah, that's something he talked to me about that he likes doing. I'm not sure if he actually ended up doing some math on that one. Helps him to get his second, because we are going to be revisiting this higher ledge here more than just once. And there's like this chain jump that we can capture, and not having to get Peach after that 2D section might help him to get a better pattern there.
Yeah, and then after this moon rock, he's going to be dropping down to Good Morning Captain Toad. Then going to be getting chomped through the rocks afterwards.
Wait, what does that mean? Oh yeah, the Captain Toad one and then the chain jump one. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not sure what exactly you're on about, but
oh
wait, yeah, okay, he's still gonna be making it. This is not
Dude,
like
why is that so
superstar
lenient?
mode or anything.
Why is that so
he's,
lenient?
I mean, come on, you're allowed like one mistake. He had like decent movement at the start.
Also, getting across the floating aisles on Tylo's screen here. Sorry, now that you brought it up, I just have to keep flexing.
Unbelievable. Stravos is actually okay. He's actually breaking that rock, and another strategy that is interesting to me. It's a change that he talked about, that we talked about before. I can't confirm any math of this, but initially we would break that other rock first and then return for that ground pound moon. But that does seem like a cleaner route choice. Me actually going to be doing an extra spin pound here to cut the corner a little bit better. And
very stylish. I have no clue what that moon is called. It's just floating there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I actually remember it's like Cliffside Treasure or something treasure, I think.
Yeah. Treasure under a cliff, maybe?
Maybe something like that, or hanging under the cliff, something like that.
Something about something.
I don't know, but this one is just a head skip and a jump or something.
Yes.
Where you go over the clouds.
Yeah.
This moon actually is kind of tricky to get sometimes. If you hit a cloud at the wrong time, you can get pushed back, and that can be pretty frustrating. Now, these nodes, let's see what strat Stravos goes for. Actually, activating that block already, there's a pretty fancy strat that you can do here, where you do a small like 2D trick jump. Not going to be getting it. I'm not sure if that's even possible while not crouched, or if you just forgot to crouch. I personally always crouch there when I want to go for that jump, but it might be possible without crouching. I don't know.
Yeah, getting behind the waterfall and then going to taking notes, hurry upward.
Enough is enough.
Okay, I'll stop.
This is interesting, because that's exactly the part why he decided to get Peach early. This time he was able to capture the chain jump early there, so he had a free angle without that other chain jump kind of blocking him. Breaking that block nicely. This moon can be quite frustrating. That hitbox doesn't necessarily always overlap with the fossil you're trying to hit.
Yep, okay. Grabbing this moon, that was pretty scary to me in casual play. But
oh, that one you can easily mess up in speedrun sometimes if you don't know the movement. And if you like bonk against the cliff, you're all the way down there, and then that moon is just awkwardly sitting up there. If for some reason you forgot to pick up that checkpoint, you're in a really bad situation. But now actually traveling down the wire to get.
Ooh, is it a spin pound? Aw.
Unfortunate.
Too fast.
I wonder. Probably trying to go for a spin pound there, but
You can't
not
buffer a
allowed.
spin jump, so I think he just dove out too early. I
Yeah,
mean,
probably. It
you,
didn't look that high, but interesting. Probably just
yeah,
slightly too high for the game
yeah.
to have him stun free.
TiloTech getting the fossil moon. I'm just gonna stop naming moon names and just actually commentate. Okay, so Stravos getting the Robo Moon and then getting the Bunny Moon as well.
Yeah, really
Two
cool
very
strat.
quickly.
You roll towards that rock pile, and basically on your way, if you hold left, the bunny is just automatically gonna run into you. Pretty neat.
Yep, pretty cool. And here's what you were talking about earlier with the chest moon. Since we got this in Cascade 1, we don't have to worry about getting it now. And like you're
True.
saying, it's really awkward to get
We
it.
see Stravos does not have control over his cap right now, which would have been the annoying part here. And now he can just immediately go to that painting.
Yep, okay, so yeah. Stravos now going into Bowser's 2. You'll see why we grabbed so many checkpoints in the first visit here in just a second.
Still lots of moons to be acquired here. And actually also one of my most favorite kingdoms in this category, especially this section after you hit the moon rock, the entire upper section, the movement there, and even the sub room, the Jesus sub room, very cool.
Yeah. The only moon that can be annoying there is like the rumble moon on the arena. If you don't know exactly where that is, it can give you kind of a hard time.
Yeah, there's birds sitting on the ground that help you finding a visual cue, but that is true. Can be annoying. Also, the timer challenge and the movement after the timer challenge can be quite weird. The camera really works against you there, but we talk about that when Stravos gets there. Now, Tylo is about to finish up Cascade himself, getting that timer challenge moon, and then one more moon in the water. And even though Stravos does obviously have a nice and firm lead, you have to keep in mind that Lost is yet to come, which is a risky kingdom. And we also have the dark side of the moon, which even though deaths there are very unlikely, and Stravos is one of the least persons that I would expect to die there, it's a possibility.
Yeah. I think definitely the major concern left is Lost 2. Lost 2 can be extremely unforgiving. There's lots... I mean, just Lost Kingdom in general in longer categories. Like, the entire kingdom's over poison. You make one mistake and you can be dead instantly.
Absolutely.
Alright, so Stravos making his way up to the frame moon, knocking it down. They're gonna be grabbing this, and then I'm pretty sure making his way up. Yeah, gonna have to go down, grab the wire.
And so I was probably going to be opting to do one of my favorite strats here. Another cool bunny strat. Like, good bunny strats just look so awesome. And he's just going to be spin throwing out of that wire. Then diving straight afterwards. That spin throw takes care of the bunny, slows it down, and then it's easy to get with the roll.
Ooh,
And yeah, that bunny,
dude,
you
that
actually
optimal
you actually get that every time. I don't know why you don't need a strat for this one. If you just walk, he like walks into you.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Dude, the optimal coin though. You know, if you ever need new coin routing.
That's talking about coins. That's that clutch coin that might save Tylo here at the end. I haven't really checked his coin count in the past. At this point, he should have bought another moon in Cascade, so should already be.
He needs
seven.
like
Is it 7 or 6 moons at this point? No, it should be 6 moons at this point that he bought. So with the death orbs, it's actually close. He might still need those couple, but I think he could be fine at the very end.
Yeah.
Once again, if all he needs to do is like throw Cappy at the Captain Toad coins and Lost, and he's basically completely free. Yeah, fine.
Also, here's the Captain Toad. Not Captain Toad. The Jizo sub area you were talking about.
Oh yeah, this one is amazing. Not only because you cheese it in all its entirety, but also the movement up after you hit that P-switch, which Stravos is about to do now, feels very cool. If you're on the right cycle, you can just roll through these spikes here. Stravos is going to have to long jump twice, but that spaces out perfectly into a triple jump.
Oh, that's so satisfying.
Not going for the fastest strat here out of that alcove. Is just going to have to do a captive. I think he was trying to set up a cap return jump, but Cappy kind of decided to come back to him instead.
Yeah. Cappy, not exactly the best sidekick. But you know, you can't really call him a bad one either because of all the movement options.
Yeah. Has its plus, its upsides and downsides. And actually, Tylo was missing that ground pound moon there once, the rumble moon there in in the arena. Oh,
Yeah.
Tylo bonking on the timer challenge, but this one also very lenient, still easily making that.
Yeah. Is it technically optimal to get the Rumble Moon during the timer challenge, like after you activate it? Like I've heard.
I don't think so.
about that.
It seems like you go like kind of back and forth, but I can't guarantee you.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I've never seen anybody do that, and I would be surprised, but I can't like guarantee you. Here, Stravos is actually going to be picking up that moon on the wire, which I think when I was playing that game casually, I like didn't know how to get that because apparently you need to shake basically to make the wire extend through the coins up to that moon, which I never really knew until I like looked it up or something. I don't know. I can't completely remember anymore. But like casually, that moon confused me. And the cool thing here in the speedrun is we can actually hold the other direction to then traverse back to where we came from. So Stravos gains access to this area again, where he can pick up those extra node moons and this one extra poke moon. And this last node moon here is actually really cool to watch if done well.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
almost getting the Optimus strat. Hanging in there, probably try to go for that strat again. This is kind of awkward with that pause here, but that should give me enough height to just.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know why he basically let go of the bird. Maybe the bird would have been too low. Doesn't matter. Slide things we are talking about. Gets those moons and is gonna be making his track back to the Odyssey, but he can't globe yet because there's a bird sitting on the roof, which is already a decently fast moon if you get it instantly. He will fly away there for Stravos, which is unlucky. But yeah, that bird is pretty necessary because we also get exactly 5 birds. This is the 5th bird to get an achievement.
All right. So Stravos now done with Bowser's 2. Tylo's still in the area with the Poke Moon and the Notes Moon. I want to see if he can get the Note strat that you were talking about. Because it does indeed.
I'm not sure if he does it. I think Stravos was trying it out, but essentially the idea behind this is you can do one fling, and if you extend the beak into the right direction, you can get all nodes with like one fluent movement, which obviously makes that moon very nice. Even though it does have these extra cutscenes, which because it's nodes moon, there is just some extra cutscenes with it.
Okay, yeah, he's not
looks
going
like a
for it,
safe approach, but honestly, probably saving time over Strav on that one because
yeah,
he fell down unintentionally.
definitely. Also, let's see if Stravos is going to be skipping Lost Shop. I would assume he would.
He is, in fact. I already got updated by the chat here, something that has probably been looked at recently. Apparently, if you get 14 moons here instead of 15, you won't get a extra text at the end of the Lost Kingdom. That's as far as I understood it, because sometimes you get extra text depending on when you like unlock new items.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Like instead, you probably get it at the kingdom where you get it anyway or something. I can't tell. I can't guarantee you right now exactly. In my opinion, though, because all it's about is you want to skip an extra moon. In my opinion, I would definitely, personally, probably, if I want to get that free time save, like to skip shards instead. It should be apparently faster than shop. Definitely, I can see it with like really good movement, but it's such a hard to get optimally moon. But Stravos is an amazing player. He has a record for this category, so he might not have any problems with it.
Yep. Little bit of an issue with the stairs here. Tylo going back to Metro, probably on accident.
That must have been an accident.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say like, is this like some new idea? But,
New route.
Interesting. That
right.
must have been a mission. But wait. Okay, yeah, I guess Metro is after Lost, so just going one too far. I think finding Lost on the map is actually pretty easy, because there's like this huge purple-ish lake that you have to click.
Yeah, and
it's relatively easy to tell at least where it is.
Yeah, and the Japanese characters, Lost is like way longer than the rest of the kingdoms.
Yep.
So it's also really easy to tell from that. That's how I tell for categories like Koopa Fruit.
Exactly.
Where you have to do fast menuing. But yeah. So Tylo is gonna be getting Lost Shop though. So here's where Stravos' extra moon kind of comes in here.
Yeah, that's actually, we can actually see it at the end as they finish the kingdom. What this buzz is all about. Stravos actually with really nice shots very clean. Also grabbing that shop hint art, not shop, snow hint art at the same time here, making it work nicely. Synced moon grabs here. I like those.
Alright. Same. Okay, so you're gonna be getting this notes moon without the wiggler.
Yeah, I am personally a big fan of getting those nodes at least without the wiggler. The only thing that I always disliked about this approach, which is faster, is having to get the bunny without the wiggler because it's completely free with the wiggler. Let's see how Stravos approaches this one. If he goes for the very optimal strat here, now grabs the bunny early, grabs the moon in the propeller early, and he is actually also, oh, maybe not. He seems like he's gonna be returning, so he might ground pound the staircase while the trapeze is flying through the air, which is also optimal. Looks very clean. Very
wow. Nice. Alright. I haven't seen that one before. That's really cool.
Actually, slightly, it looked like dodge taking damage. That explosion was dangerously close to Mario, but
Okay.
not taking damage.
Tylo did grab the Captain Toad coins.
Okay, yeah, at this point, it looked like he got a good amount. I think. Let me check. So he should be 8 shop. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, he's.
Oh,
no!
That bonk, but that moon is really unfortunate to get, and dying here is going to send him all the way back to the moon rock, which is the last checkpoint that he touched, which is slightly further away than if he had gotten a checkpoint up the ledge, which is actually barely slower and makes those moons a lot easier, or at least death's less punishing. An interesting race adaptation that people can do, but now it already happened.
Seems like he knows a good backup for it, though.
I think I'm not sure if I missed Stravos' text thing there, but I don't think he got any text, and probably that's the secret here behind that addition of the white spire for Stravos, is we might see like some extra information, text, info text on Tilo's screen as the Odyssey powers up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright.
Track 3 in Cascade is a banger. This is the 2D version of the Kingdom. I love this one.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Mushroom 2, grabbing a couple extra moons, and then I think it's kind of cool how, like, you might not notice it, but along the way, we have actually been unlocking achievements, and we can get 12 Toadette moons from Toadette already, just from doing this much gameplay.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and Tilo's actually opting to use the Wiggler here, which, as long as he makes this moon work, and he does, hopefully, this is one moon there for, one node there for a fraction of a second, but still gets it before the timer runs out. Now this is going to allow him to be extremely, it's going to be extremely easy to get the bunny here. Yeah, all he needs to do is just extend, and that's it.
Wow. Dude, that's so broken. That's kind of unfair to the bunny, but I mean the bunny's kind of unfair to us a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like I love this one because you literally give the bunny no choice. Either you instantly hit it or it just has to jump into the Wiggler.
Yeah.
I like it. It's rather still intense gameplay, pressing the A button repeatedly.
Dude, these first-person modes, dude. He could choke them. Alright.
Those are looking clean. I mean, you can lose time to them. So, still trying to be optimal wherever he can.
Oh, jumping. Uh-oh.
That's a time loss there.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh, that might have been a couple frames off there on that first person, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
Slightly unfortunate. At the same time, we see Tilo, actually, this moon can be quite tricky. Is able to make that work nicely. I've seen people miss this one before. It's kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see if Tylo gets some extra text here.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
Yep.
That's the text that Neo was talking about earlier. It's not long, but it apparently is already makes the worst moon in Lost bad enough to instead get that white spire moon in the Moon Kingdom.
Oh, so is it actually faster then?
Yeah, that's what I understood.
That's cool. Alright, so Stravos done with Toadette, grabbing light in the ceiling, and now we're going to Dark Side. Alright.
Yeah, not the worst pace here. Nothing like any record chances on this run, but looking very clean. Obviously easily in that 4x area, but keep in mind the Dark Side Kingdom is extremely punishing. You can, if you die anywhere during the boss rush, basically, it is extremely easy to take a multiple minute time loss, because wherever you die, you get sent back to the very start. Stravos, a very safe and consistent player for most of it, so probably has strats slept out for the fight, but just bringing up that the chance exists.
And also, it's not just the fights either. You can die like on the movement into the fights, which we have seen happen before.
We have seen happen before. Actually, on the world record contender Chaos Pringle,
he has Rango
was a little bit too, I was a little bit too excited there, rolling to Rango. The thing is, actually, you don't need to do anything other than hold neutral and roll to get to that platform. But Chaos, he felt himself, he wanted to go fast. Stravos, being a gamer, not picking up the 6 heart, which is, for anybody that really has their strats down, the best decision. Like when you know what you're doing here, there's no real need for that for people to pick up that 6 heart, and I'm assuming that's how Stravos is feeling. But if anybody is like still unsure about how they want to perform in these fights or what strats they want to do, it's definitely a reasonable choice. We'll see if Tylo opts for this. But yeah, looking good here.
Also, Stravos. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Stravos' top of fight looking good. All right.
Nah, it looked like that was pure madness of missing the first person strategy. That's what that camera shake looked like to me.
Yeah.
We see he has 4 chances, I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know if you can get that on any of them, because there's this like lower gravity. Maybe you can't make it to the ground in time.
We'll see. Yep. Alright. So, Stravos' dark side overall. It's you could probably expect some really good gameplay, but you know, mistakes always happen. Well, not always, but mistakes can happen to anyone in Smash. And Dark Side Harriet isn't exactly like really harder than the normal Harriet fight.
It's definitely not harder, it's just slightly different, and also only slightly different. Some of these fights actually do play very differently than the original ones. Copper and Rango definitely play a lot different than they do in the normal Gravity version, but Harriet and Spear both play relatively similar.
Oh, you can't hit the ground there.
Yep, looks like he was slightly
taking a capture when all of them die.
Yeah, maybe if you get like an extra cap throw in, you can maybe hit the ground earlier for the optimal style point strat, and that
dude, that would be nuts.
Camera strat.
If anyone ever, yeah, once full task runs of this game come out, they have to do that on every boss fight, please. Like, you can't just not do that. Like the
question is, how many boss fights is the task gonna have?
Oh yeah, you're right. There's so many theoretical routes.
I'm pretty sure we'll see Cap Topper. That one seems inevitable.
I mean, you never know, to be honest. If there was a way to skip Cap Topper, though, I think it would have been found by now. Also, Tylo also being a gamer and not grabbing the life apart. So he is going to be sticking with 3.
Yep, gamer moves being made. But Stravos, I don't think, has even taken damage yet. Which is nice. Only Rango to go, but Rango can be aggressive and can start hitting you hard if you do mess up anything. But so far, this has been looking clean from Strav, so expecting excellence here.
Hopefully, actually has Rango on lockdown. Did he just bonk on? Okay. That's weird. Alright, here he goes. Okay, not dying.
Over to the boss arena.
Dude, that's the hardest strat in the kingdom. Oh, that looked a little sketchy. I thought he dove a little too low.
Still made that work. I think though, that was probably not intended. Diving into a little bit of weird direction. Actually gonna be taking damage once is fine. There's actually a heart on his way after this fight, so he shouldn't have big issues. Nice, very clean. Timing there hits Rango immediately, and yeah, 1 damage is completely fine because there's a heart along its way, so he's still gonna be full life when he comes up to the Mecha Brutal.
Yep. Alright. So only thing standing in between Stravos and his victory now is Mecha Brutal.
Rolling up here, this roll is actually really weird to do. In my opinion, this is like this long roll all across the carrot.
I
And then
thought
you
he
have
was...
to like, get into the pipe here. Try to probably get.
Dude, he's
Oh,
flexing. He's
what a
flexing.
It's a huge flex,
Oh,
definitely. I
oh
mean,
my
giving our boy Captain Toad some love here. His run wasn't on any PB chances, anyways. But
yeah.
hey,
You know
so
what?
okay, if you're an actual gamer, you need to tell me what that Captain Toad moon is called because I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either.
Oh no,
Watch it be like
gamer.
Watch it just be like Captain Tone on the dark side or something.
That it might actually be. I think
That
it
actually
might
might be
be
the
something like
name.
that. But
Now that I
I'm
think
not
about it.
completely sure.
Okay, so okay. So yeah, this mech fight is definitely a little different. Ooh!
Yeah, Stravos got the mech on lockdown.
Oh my
sure.
gosh. These look sick. Alright.
Very nice. Not using any hammer bros here, which I honestly think those hammer bros are like almost more annoying than just jumping up the mech, even for like casual play. I guess it's harder to hit the bubbles, but power to whoever plays the way they want. But Stravos now approaching that last bubble.
Alright.
For a
Stravos.
normal ground pound at the top, finishing up mech, and timing is gonna end as soon as he's touching the multi.
Yep. Stravos is gonna be taking the win here. Unless he somehow does something that's never been done before.
I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if you can die here. If the Hammer Bros are, let me see, if the Hammer Bros are still around, like if they're not around, there's literally no way to die, I think.
Yeah.
It looks like they're not, so you're actually, yeah, it's safe. Stravos getting that win, ending time on 1:47, still very nice time by him. Pretty good run overall. Some shenanigans there in the early game mostly, but then post game especially looked clean too.
Very nice. Yeah, Tylo finishing up Rango now, so he has to go up to the mech fight as well.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Looks like APB might not be possible for him anymore. It should be in around the 150 area. Someone confirmed earlier that it should be around the area where it's sitting at. And someone said he was ahead of PB during post game, but had some shenanigans happen to him and wasn't ahead anymore as he approached last Union year.
Yep. All right.
Not managing to get into the pipe first. That's a really awkward to get into this pipe. And it should be possible to get the pipes again. Oh, not going for the free time save there.
Ooh.
I can't believe it. When you drop out of that pipe, you can actually like throw Cappy to start descending earlier. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know if it saves time. It looks faster. It should save time if you like think about it. But I've never, like, that's just something nobody times.
Yeah. Also, that moon is called Captain Toad on the dark side, just confirmed.
Oh, very great.
I guess I kinda got it? But
nah, dude, that doesn't count. You were insecure about it.
Oh, okay. I should have just gone with my instincts. Stravos killing Yoshi.
Still no wrong warp. Wrong warp waiting room resident sleeper. Okay, I thought he might still try to snipe the bubble there, but he's gonna wait out. The step is actually gonna be dropping down. Risky choice. It's gonna be making it work.
Landing on the Harriet bubble on the way there. And one last ground pound. Alright, so yeah, he did get pretty close to his timer, and we can see his mouse cursor on his timer.
He's ready to split. Ready to mingle, and that's actually, yeah, this is actually really close to be. I don't know what his exact PB is. I think it's in the 150 area, but I'm not sure if like what's 150. Like if it's a low 150, a high 150. We are gonna have to ask him if he decides to join for an interview at the end. But it is a 150.17 from TiloTech, relatively close after Strauss here. Pretty nice race. Strauss was keeping the lead consistently. You are seeing some cool stuff from both of the runners. Yeah,
definitely. That was an entertaining race. Lots of weird shenanigans and stuff happening throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, chat already informed us here that apparently Tylo's PB was a 150.35. So it looks like he ended up getting an epic personal best here. But it's a tradition here, at least for me, to start with the winner of the race. So Stravos, the master of Captain Toads, 147.58 with a relatively decent run. Probably some early game flows you're not too happy with, but that post game looked creamy in my mind. How did it feel?
Yeah, post game overall definitely was good, except Mushroom getting the Goomba jump. If you remember that.
I completely forgot about that, but true.
Yeah. And I was gonna skip it for a backup, but I thought I'd better not reroute on the fly. I have a
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Like I don't know if there's
achievement. I think you get like
achievement
3
for that. So yeah.
Smart choice.
I would be able to get 2 backups, but like planning for that and doing it well, I just didn't want to bother with that. So it took me a while, but I got it. And the one that I did get was actually hot. So
true, yeah, like you flew like past the wall almost.
Yeah.
That was actually crazy speed.
Thought you were gonna go too far and like fall off or something.
Yeah. Also, did enjoy those max strats, something that people can still add to their dark sides that the best are currently like starting to add, like these almost Bowser level max strats. Looked very nice.
Everything I did there was very safe and consistent. Like just easy to do, very fast as well. There's one improvement that can be made to getting the 3rd bubble, but the way I did it was really safe, and it only saves you like 2 seconds to do something else. So
okay,
I'm not gonna bother personally.
Yeah, very reasonable. Very reasonable. But yeah, Tylo, not getting the win, but apparently still getting a personal best. Congrats to you, even if it's a small one, and even though you're probably not super happy about it because it could have been better. But I think that was an amazing run. A 1-4x is definitely gonna happen to you. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, run back the run to me.
I don't know. It was kind of funny. It's a PB by 3 seconds. So I mean, you know, the run wasn't really good. I mean,
3 seconds. To me.
You saw my metro. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was an unfortunate one.
Yeah.
I was watching the stream and you guys was like you were saying that I forgot bassist and and that I was like shit I have to go back.
Dude, metro
you know.
You actually read the 2.
Yeah.
Like metro was actually the worst part of the run. Everything else was like pretty clean.
Yeah, and also the the metro reviews has been
very optimal.
But like I don't know, I was gonna get full moon right, but I bonked. So
yeah,
I was supposed to get 1 extra moon and then cut out the one in moon because I just don't have any fast strats to get that moon, so I just cut it out. But yeah, instead I just got the moon instead. Yeah, it was definitely something, alright.
It was something, and I think, looking at that run, it's very easy to tell that you can also break that 1-4x barrier.
I was plus 40 seconds out of Lost. The rest of the times there was in Mushroom and Dark Sign, so
yep.
Dang.
It was not perfect, I guess. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, yeah, GG's, boys. Stravos taking the win here. Gonna be calculating the points according to the point system because, yeah, it matters how much you win by. You can type in and look at the bracket as well to check out how that all is built up. But yeah, other than that, that's gonna be it from us from the Odyssey side. Make sure to follow the channel if you haven't yet. There's more Odyssey races to come tomorrow. We got 2 of them actually. Xylo versus Mitch. Is this actually Mitch's first race?
Yep.
It might be. That's a secret newcomer here to the Odyssey community. If you guys haven't seen Mitch yet, that's going to be interesting to watch. And also another Stravos race in series against Miwi. So make sure to tune in. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next broadcast.